guys, we are going to continue with another BRP kit here. This is going to be the trailing arm protectors. We're going to go down here on our trailing arms, wrap around the CV boots, and hopefully complement this. Again, still not feeling that yet, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to get these installed on both sides. So let's jump into an unboxing and then see what we get into. Make sure you always cut away from yourself with the utility knives. Granted, I just took the risk. Totally cut towards myself, but let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, we got some hardware and those daggum Can Am rivets again. So fun times are ahead. Some more of those covers that we love. And here looks like the trailing arm guards. We'll show you more detail on those here in a minute. But yeah, there we go. So it's the same aluminum, very thick. See if I can get one out here real quick for you guys, so we can take a peek. It's double wrapped. Well, there you go. So you can see it's pretty stout. Like most Can Am accessories, the fit's usually pretty good. So let's go ahead and get the directions and see where we need to go next. All right, so I'm going to show you guys here real quick. I got the left trailing arm cover here, and these plastic protectors, they have two sides on them. One of them's kind of flattened off, and the other one's got more of a radius on it. So these are going to go just like this with the rivets, and we want to make sure that that end right there kind of sits flush, and the radius end here on the other side. Doesn't matter which side you do first, but this is the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and cuss and fight the rivets, and then we'll do the install. All right, so these are the bolts that we need to remove here. They're a T30 Torx, so we'll go ahead and get those zipped out. Here's one. We got one up here. Looks like I'll need to not use an extension, but then we have one right here. Get that one knocked out. Right, and we have one right here on the bottom. We have one right here on the bottom as well. I don't think I'll be able to get my impact in there, so we'll have to use a socket or a ratchet on that one. Get this last one off. Did I mention how much I hate Torx bits? All right, so we're just knocking off the one here on the bottom that I couldn't get with the impact. And again, these are all T30 Torx, and that's going to remove the cover. And according to the directions, they provided new bolts for these, so we're going to not reuse these. And I think the new bolts have some blue Loctite already applied to them, so these will all get Loctited into their new homes. All right, so we're going to take the right hand trailing arm cover, and it's going to correspond with the three bolts that we took out here, here, and here. And there's a hole there for that particular bolt, a tab here, and then a tab here. And with the way this trailing arm cover is formed, it's going to be a little tricky. So we'll just have to put these in by hand and then tighten them up with a ratchet. I'll double check for some torque specs, but let me get this put on there, and if there is, I will let you guys know. All right, guys, so we got both sides torqued down. It's 10 Newton meters torque on those T30, those Torx bolts. They do have Loctite, so that's a good thing. But there she goes. That's the finished product. I gotta admit, this doesn't look so so crazy to me with the guards on the bottom. So we'll see what happens. Again, you know, my biggest thing is that holding up sticks and mud and maybe causing more problems. But so far on the rear, we've got everything protected. We've got the rear diff CV boots right off the base of the wheels, and we got the skid plate on the bottom. So feeling pretty good about that in the terrain that we like to ride. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know this machine was made for mud and it's gonna get muddy, but the majority of our riding is a lot of technical tight trails, a lot of stumps, a lot of sticks and logs and things like that. So a lot of hills, a lot of rocks. So we'll see how these do. I feel a little better about nothing coming up there and poking my CV boots. So there you have it. That is the rear trailing arm CV boot protectors from BRP. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up the install of the trailing arm guards on our 23 Renegade XMR 1000R. Super easy install. Wasn't too bad at all. I'm hoping that the coverage is gonna provide what I'm looking for. We'll know once we hit the trail. So yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. If you guys like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications. And of course, if you have any questions, hit me up on my email, squatchreloading@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. So plenty of ways to get a hold of me if you have any questions. So that's gonna wrap it up. But until next time, God bless.